Dana here. Welcome back to my channel, Day by Day with Dana. If you are new here or a new subscriber, welcome. I'm happy to have you. And for those of you who are returning, thank you for joining me and following along in all of my cross-stitch and crafty adventures. So welcome. It has been a hot minute, hasn't it? Since I did my last video. I have a whole lot to share today, whole bunch of different stuff. And I have not had a chance to reply to comments from my last video, to all the comments, and to a couple emails. But I decided instead of trying to get all of that done first, I just wanted to get on and share and get this next Flosstube going, and then I'll go back and catch up on some of those. So for those of you, if I haven't replied or whatever, I'm going to get to it, I promise. So I just wanted to say that up front. So I wanted to say thanks to all of you who watched my last Flosstube. My husband Sean was a part of it, which was really fun. If you haven't seen it and you want to meet him, he's a wonderful guy. He's a quilter, and it was really fun to have him on. It was for our anniversary. He came on. It was our 27th anniversary, and he is super crafty, and so I thought, why not have him come on, do a Flosstube with me? So anyways, if you want to go back to my last one, you can see that. So I'm just going to dive in today. So this is what I'm thinking. I'm going to share just a little brief update of where I've been and what's been going on. And then I've got some finishes. I've got some whips and some haul. And then I have some really fun stuff to talk about. I'm super excited. Can't wait. And then also, it's my 1-year Flossiversary. Yay. And so I'm going to do a little giveaway for that. And then I was going to talk about some things that I'm going to be working on next. So let's dive in. So right after the last Flosstube that I did, literally like days after, Sean came down with COVID again. And so he got really sick, and then, but made it through okay. But Josiah, thankfully Josiah, our son, and I did not get it. Whew, like, whew. Super thankful. Then he had to travel for work, and then it was our daughter's birthday. For those of you who know our daughter Dara, she's married. And it was her birthday. And then in September, I mean, you guys, I haven't been on here since July. So I'm just doing like a rush through recap really quick, just to kind of catch you up with where we are now. Then in September, it was, Josiah was starting high school, and I homeschool. So it's a pretty big shift between junior high and high school homeschool. There's a big jump up in curriculum requirements. We have to start documenting in a different way so they can get an accredited transcript and all this kind of stuff. So it was a big shift, and I had to adjust, he had to adjust. There was a lot of planning, that kind of stuff. So that kind of took up our September, because we kind of run our school year a little bit later. We don't typically start till like mid to late September, and we go through about the beginning of July, just because here in the Northwest, I live here in Vancouver, Washington, which is on the southern end of Washington State, right across the bridge from Portland, Oregon. So we're right at the southernmost part of Washington. And so it's usually really rainy here through June. It doesn't even really start to turn summery for us until the beginning of July. So I figure, why make him start doing school when it's still hot and sunny out in September right off, when our summer usually goes until the end of September, beginning of October. So that's why we tip our school year a little bit. And that's one of the fun functions you can do with homeschool. Anyways, got that going. He's in 9th grade this year, and he's doing a physical science class with the local homeschool group, which has been wonderful, because I don't want to teach all the high school sciences. And so they have labs, they have certified teachers who do all of it. It's amazing. So we got him into that, started in that. He also started fencing classes. So he's learning how to fence, which he loves. and it counts as his PE. So that's been really fun. Who knew there were so many different ways to hold so many different kinds of swords? There's like saber. You know what? I'm going to slaughter it. I don't even know all the different ones. I'll have to bring him on sometime and he can tell you all the different ones. But anyways, there's way more, a lot involved, and it's really cool. He's really loving it. So fencing. And then, oh, you guys, so sad when the Queen passed away at the beginning of September. You guys know, who followed my channel, you know how much I love Queen Elizabeth. You know that her and I share a birthday. On April 21st was our birthday, and it was her birthday too. And so I've always, my whole life, been just endeared to Queen Elizabeth. I've just followed along her journey, and just, you know, throughout, and she's been the queen, the only queen I've ever known, like most of us, through my whole life. And so I was so sad when she passed away. So I literally, for 2 weeks, I watched all of the, on YouTube and stuff, they had constant live feeds from the royal channel where you could see all the preparations, all of the, just everything that they were doing, all of the, getting ready, you know, how they moved her coffin to the different places where people could go and see her, all this stuff. And I don't know if you guys know this, it was really fascinating to me, but they had been preparing for years. They always have an action or a game plan in place in case one of the monarch dies. What will they do? And they have a code name for it. And the code name for the Queen's was London Bridge has fallen. And when that word went out, like when they made the phone call when she passed, and they called, you know, all the people and said, London Bridge has fallen, it literally puts into play this entire minute by minute, day by day, exact protocol, exact plan, exact set of events, exact whatever that went into motion. It's why if you were watching the TV that day, like within just a few, you know, minutes to an hour, like the BBC staff was immediately wearing all black, all of the media changed, all of the flags went down, like all the stuff. It literally triggered this whole thing into effect, which I thought was really fascinating. But super amazing, because then they're ready. They have a plan and they were prepared. It's why we watched them literally roll out all of England and the UK roll out this just beautifully executed preparations, funeral process, you know, all the different meetings and memorandums and all the different things that they did in her honor, getting ready for all of that. So it was pretty amazing. So I literally watched for like 2 weeks, all of it. I watched all the preparations, then I watched all through the funeral and the whole day of her burial, and then even just afterwards catching up on some things that I missed. So that was a big part of September. And it's weird. I just, there's times where I go to look for her, or I'll think, oh, the Queen. And then I'm like, oh yeah, it's King Charles. But it has been neat to see him stepping into his role. And I think he's doing well so far. It's different having a king. It's weird to say that. I mean, I know I live here in America, but he's the only monarch that we know, right? And so, I think it's neat. I think it's neat to follow along. And so anyway, so that happened. And then it was Sean and Zach's. Zach is our son-in-law, Dara's husband. It was Zach's birthday. Then it was Sean's birthday, my husband. And then we had a whole situation come up where normally our fire season around here on the West Coast, because we do get kind of have fires and stuff in the end of the summer. And typically our fire season's around, you know, mid-August, like July to September, and it kind of fades off the end of September at the latest beginning of October. Well, this year we literally did not get hardly any rain since May. I mean, and when I say hardly any rain, I mean no rain at all. We had like 3 or 4 days of rain in August, but it was literally like barely sprinkled. And so it was pretty much like no rain from May till October. And so we started to get our temperatures were insanely hot, like in the hundreds. And it was so dry for around here. Like, we're not used to that. We don't get that much dry weather. Well, what happened is a fire got sparked on the edge of our town. So on the east side of where we live, a fire started up in the hills, up in the forest there. And they didn't think much about it. It was fairly small. They kind of watched it. I kind of keep tabs on a fire map just during that time of year, just because a couple years ago we had a lot of really bad fires. And so I've just learned to kind of keep my eye out. Well, what happened is then after it had been burning for a week, they were starting to get it contained. It was doing okay. And then we had a weekend where we had horrible winds, like really bad winds in this area. And what happened is the fire just went crazy. It blew through all the containment lines and it went wild. So long story short, we ended up with a really significant fire that was really close to our city. And Vancouver is 400,000 people, so it's a pretty huge city. It's a pretty significant size city. And evacuation zones were literally coming all the way into the city area. Evacuation zones were a mile from our house. And so it was a really crazy couple weeks with the fire, with us not knowing what the fire was going to do, and we still weren't having rain. And it literally got jumped up from a regular fire up to they declared a state of emergency. They brought in firefighters from all over the nation. We had almost 500 firefighters here working on the fire. It actually got bumped to be the top national fire in the nation because of how many people's lives would be affected if the fire continued to spread. And so it was wild here for a little while. I mean, like every day it was kind of like you were checking your phone throughout the day to make sure that and we were getting like national alerts on, fire alerts on our phone telling us where we were as far as evacuation zones and if we should be ready. And so Sean and I we literally talked through like a plan and where we would go and what we would do. And we even had a few things packed. I mean, it was kind of wild. So it took them, that was around like the beginning of October, second week of October when the fire started. And it took them until after it had even been raining for almost 2 weeks solid at the end of October, beginning of November, before they could fully get the fire out. Like it took them almost a month to get it fully contained. And it was pretty crazy. So that was like, October feels kind of like a blur to me because of all that. And then in the middle of it, Sean had to cancel a work trip because he was going to actually be gone the week that the fire went crazy. And with all the evacuation stuff, he was like, yeah, no, I don't want to be away if something were to happen to you guys. So he stayed, which I was really thankful for. And then all of a sudden it was like, boom, it was Halloween. And then Sean's canceled work trip had to suddenly get rescheduled. So then he was gone on a work trip, which kind of always throws things a little, crazy. And then here we are. It's like mid-November, and it's the holidays, and I can't even believe it's Thanksgiving next week, you guys. How did this happen? I feel like I blinked and here we are. So that's kind of what's been going on. And for those of you who know health-wise, I have low thyroid function, so my energy levels I struggle with a little bit. So when there's a lot of other things going on, I only have so many spoons. That's how I kind of measure my energy for the day. I talked about it in the last part of my video last time. And so I typically have to just use what energy I do have just to get through and deal with all the things that are happening. So all of that to say, that's why it's taken me so long to do another Flosstube. So, but here I am, and I'm just ready to dive in. I have been stitching this time. There was some periods where I wasn't stitching during this last while, but I have done a bunch of stitching, so I want to share. So let's go ahead and dive in now. Let's talk about my finishes. Let's look at finishes first. Okay. So my very first finish is called hold on. I got to pull up my note here. 19. I use the cross stitch journal from Fat Quarter Shop. Love it. And inside you have your projects and you can put all your information here. And then at the front, you list out your projects by number, and then you look up the number of the project, and then it has all the information on that project page. So anyways, okay. So this project is called Hop into Spring by Cottage Garden, and it's called the Springtime Series number 2. Hop into Spring. Like, cute. I didn't get a chance to take it out and iron it, but I just wanted to show you guys. There it is. I love all the variegation down here in the wagon. It's so cute. And the little, the carrots and stuff. And I got his whiskers on and the little hearts. So anyways, this is done on 16 count Zweigart Ada, and the color is Sweetgrass. So I think this will make a really fun pillow or a framed piece for this next spring to have out at Easter and springtime. I think that'll be fun. So yay, that was my first finish. And then my next finish is my April sampler. And this, I'm going to put a picture, I think I'll put a picture right here of what this sampler looks like, because it's really hard to see it in the little package that they send you with the pattern. So here's the picture. And then here is my finish. Now, again, I didn't get to fully iron these, but I got it on my little board. And so I'll start right here. I'll start and show you. So you've got the flowers, and you got the little bunnies and the chicks, the eggs and the carrots and the house. And then it repeats the pattern on the bottom. Isn't that fun? So this is the April sampler, and I've been working my way through getting all of these done. I actually now have January, February, March, April, and then I have October, which I'm going to show you in a minute. So my goal is to finish, is to have them all done so that I could put them all up through this next year. So, anyways, this is done on 16 count. Oh no, excuse me. Let me pull it up. This, I got to look up where this one is in my book. I was looking at Hop. There it is. It's by Country Cottage Needleworks, and it is 16 count Witchelt, and it's beautiful beige. Although I will tell you, this is actually lighter than beautiful beige, and we think that we got sent a package that was packaged wrong, because it matches, it's either a super light version of beautiful beige, or it is a different color altogether, because the beautiful beige that we got in the mail and that we've seen everywhere else is a little bit darker. So it's why the white, I mean, it shows up on here okay, but it's pretty light. The beautiful beige that I'm going to show you on another sampler, that was the true beautiful beige color, is like a little bit darker, and the white really pops. So anyways, I'm excited to have that done. So that was my next finish. And then well, you guys, I'm going to call this a finish. You're probably going to object a little bit, but I'm going to call it a finish because the only thing that I've not have done, and maybe maybe it won't count as a finish. Maybe this is like a whip. This is actually a start, a whip, and a finish. Let's call it that. Okay. So let me show you this one. Actually, let me put this on my board. Let me put this over here. Okay. I meant to have this ready, guys, but you know, there was like so much to pull. When I started pulling stuff to get ready to talk to you guys, I was like, oh my word, I have been gone too long. And here we are. And now there's so much to share. and it's crazy. So, all right. I started and finished October. So this is the same. This is the October Sampler of the Month by Country Cottage Needleworks. I hadn't even started this one when I saw you guys last. So this one, look at that. It's got leaves and it has little crows and cats, pumpkins, and it has the house. And then it repeats the pattern on the bottom. I think it's so cute. Okay, so here's what I have left to finish. I need to put the little lines in the windows. And then I need to put the eyes, the nose, and the whiskers on the cats. That's it. That's it, and I'll be done. So, like 99.9% done. Although I got to do those French knots for the cat's eyes and stuff. But here it is, October sampler. Yay! I'm so excited. I didn't get it done in time to have it up for October, but hey, it's still fall, pumpkin-y season. Technically for Thanksgiving for like another week or two. So I was like, just yay that I got it done in the right season. So there we go. And I'll finish up those little lines and the cat stuff. And I'll probably put an update on my Instagram and maybe I'll share it again in my next Flosstube. Just show you the finished, what it looks like. Because the whiskers are white and then the nose is pink and then the little eyes, they'll be black. The birds are black. The cats look black. The two flosses that I changed in this was the house was supposed to be this really light orange. And when I started stitching it, it just looked really weird to me. It just, I don't know, it was too light right in the middle and it needed to kind of stand out and be significant. So I matched it to the darker orange that's in here. I just did it in the darker orange instead of the light. And I used the DMCs for this. And then the crows the blackbirds are black. The cats are actually a dark brown. It's almost like a brown black. That's the same as the roof here. And I did the cats in those. They actually had the cats in this really light brown. But when I think of cats and I think of Halloween, I think of dark black cats. And so, but I didn't want to go full black because it was going to be really hard to see the eyes and stuff. And so I decided to just go with the hickory stick, the dark brown black. And it's really close. So those are the changes that I did for that. Yay. Super fun. Okay. And then, come back to that. Let's talk about whips. Like, what have I been working on? Besides those, because I finished all of those up, I have been working on my Under the Sea Sal by Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. Hold on, it is number 16. Okay. All right. So, Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. Where is the front of this one? Okay. So, this is Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery Under the Sea Club. This was going on for this whole last year. Actually this next week, we're going to get our final pattern. And the way that they release it is, it's a stitch along that you pay one price for. So I think it was like $17. And then for the whole next year, once a month, they release one pattern out of it. And so one part of the pattern. So it's like a mystery. Each little part comes out. So all these blurred parts are parts that now are being slowly released. So for example, here's the chart where they give you, this was in, oops, sorry, making my camera shake. This was month 1, month 2, month 3, month 4 were these. And then it was like, they went up to month 5, month 6, and so on. And so the very last month, which is, 8, 9, 10, is going to be this whole last part down here. That is coming out this month. And so, let's see. Oh no, December. No, the one coming out this, okay, so apparently the 9th month is here and then the 10th month, which is coming out December 23rd. So it'll be done in December and we'll have the whole picture. So I am still, you guys, I am still working on clue number 3. 3 and 4 is kind of where I am. I'm working this whole area right here. So if you're doing Sal, don't worry if you get behind. Don't feel stressed about it. They're supposed to be fun. It's okay. There's some people who just whip through stuff and get it done. More power to them. Then there's people who just plod along and do what they can. You know what? It's your hobby. It's meant to have fun. So just do it as you can and you'll eventually get it done. And it's okay if you get bogged down on a Sal and you want to set it aside for a while and come back to it. That's what I'm going to do probably. I mean, that's what I do periodically is especially if I get kind of tired of it, I'll set it down for a while, then I'll pick it back up. And when you pick it back up, you get all excited about it again, which is always fun. Okay. I'm not going to take it off the hoop because I have to put felt underneath here and it's really hard to take this on and off. So I'm just going to leave it all. So I got all of the girl, the dolphin, and then I got her and all the little fish and the little manta ray. And I'm down here working on this and all the words. And so here is the treasure chest. And like I said before, that treasure chest has like 11 colors in it. There's a lot. And so these are some of the sea stuff. And then I'm starting to work on the sea and the stuff coming up around it and the sand underneath. And so I got like a whole bunch of this done in all the words, which was fun. Yay, it's been a really fun stitch to work on. And it's coming together. And now this is kind of like a labor intensive part. And once I get done with this, then it gets back into the smaller, easier images. And I think it'll go a lot faster then. So I love Frosted Pumpkin stitchery stuff. They're really cute. They've kicked off a couple more Sals and they'll have a new one in the new year that they're going to kick off. They do fun stuff. They always do really fun projects. If you like the really kind of cutesy fun look, they're perfect for that. So her and the dolphins, and I did her and all these, and I was doing this. And so down here, I was working on the words, and then I got most of this. I just needed to fill in a little bit of the sand and finish these in this part. And then I was going to work my way up to do the little seahorse and the octopus. That's so cute. It's going to be so cute. 16 count Ada, and I'm doing it in Snow on Aqua. Now, this could be a snow fabric, but I think it looks like bubbles under the water, under the sea. And so I just loved the look, and I thought it was really fun for a water pattern. So, again, it was 16 count Ada, Snow on Aqua by Fabric Flare. Yay! My next whip has been, okay, let me pull this one up in my book. It's called Midnight Magic. And it is one, I actually started it on my birthday, which was in April. And it is it's by Emma Congdon, and it was in the Cross Stitch magazine from October 2021, and it was issue number 375. And this is the design. I laminated this, so it's a little bit shiny, but it says everything's better with a little magic. Sorry, I'm reading it in the screen. I couldn't see. Isn't that cool? So here we go. Look at those little witches and their brooms. And I love the word magic. Doesn't that look so cool with the ombre letters and then the bottom? So fun. So it's going to be really cool when it's done. So I had just barely started last time on the top. And I still, guys, I haven't made a ton of progress, but I've made some. So this is stitched on 16 count Night Sky by Fiber on a Whim. And so there's where I'm at. I've got the moon, the castle, or the castle, And then I got all the windows filled in, and I got started on all of the clouds. And then thank you guys for all your tips about stitching on dark fabric, because it's really different when you stitch on dark fabric. It's like, it takes quite a bit more, like you have to make sure that it's really well lit, like there's really good lighting, or that you have a light underneath you as well. And you got to make sure your eyes aren't tired. At least I do. So it's a different kind of stitching because it's not as easy to see your holes and all that kind of stuff. So, but I'm loving it, loving this. And I'm getting ready to rip into the next part, or work my way starting, across this whole thing up here to work into the trees and the little mushrooms. And I'll work my way. I'm working all those clouds up there right now. So the bats and stuff like that. So fun. Yay. I got my little star needle minder. I think this is from Owl Forest Embroidery. I got it before everything closed down with the war over there, because they're a Russian company. And so we can't order things like their needle minders or their threads or stuff right now. We can get their patterns on that Etsy shop that they've worked with, but we can't get their other stuff, which is a bummer. Okay. Oops. Okay. So that is my other whip. And then here is another one. This one is called Happy Harvest, and it is by Country Cottage Needleworks. Go with this. And Happy Harvest by Country Cottage Needleworks. I love its red barn. It has the trees and all the vegetables and the words. Just thought it was super cute. Thought it would be fun to have it for harvest time. So this was actually a start since I saw you guys. It wasn't one of my other whips that I had going. And so I'm not going to take it off. I'm just going to show you what I've gotten done. So this is done on, oh, I didn't turn my page. Hold on. All right. It is on 16 count Witched white chocolate. Okay, so here we go. I've got the barn. This was so fun to stitch, you guys. I have never done a big barn like that, and it was so fun. I did this outline, and then I was able to fill in, and the little barn door and the windows. It was so fun. And then I've got the two blackbirds, the fence, the start of the grass, and then the start of the two pumpkins down below. Because if you look in the image, there's little pumpkins and corn and tomatoes and stuff down below. And there's a fence and blackbirds and all that. So anyways, that's where I'm at. And I've got my little frog needle minder poking out here. Oops, let me turn my needle. So there you go. It's been a lot of fun to work on. So those were my whips. And then of course I did the October sampler start to finish, because that was a start too since I saw you guys. And then I am right in the middle of, so I'm one of these people who I want to stitch. I like to stitch the current season. And even though I may not get it done, right now I'm stitching harvest, and it's almost harvest season is almost over, right? But it's I don't know, I love the feel of every season. And so I tend to stitch it. And even if I don't get it done and it won't be ready until, to actually fully finish and put up until next season, I'm okay with that, because I just love being in the moment in the season. So I'm literally about to make a huge shift into all the Christmas. I'm about ready to pull out all my Christmas whips and kind of transition. And for the month from now till probably beginning of January, I'll just be sewing Christmas stuff, because I love Christmas. And I have a bunch of Christmas whips that I can pull out and go back to, like this one, which I'm super excited about. This one is called, what's it called? Advent calendar. Let me see the name of it. Christmas is coming, Advent. And this is in the cross stitcher from November 2021. And it looks like this. It has all these different little squares with all these. They made it into a little advent calendar. I'm not actually going to do that. I'm stitching them all together in one piece. I mean, look at these little images, you guys. Aren't they so, so cute? So what I'm doing is I am going to stitch it all on one piece. And so see how I'm doing it here? And I haven't added all the numbers in yet. I need to go back and add in the numbers. But isn't that adorable? I love the images. So I'm pulling this out. And this I'm doing on, let's see, number 8. Okay. Okay, so this is actually a Doreen, let's see, it's November 2020. Yeah, this is a Doreen Jones pattern, and it was in the Cross Stitcher magazine issue number 376, November 2021, and I'm doing it on 14 count Zweigart Aida in Blizzard Blue. So I don't know if you can see in the film. Oh, you can there a little bit. See the sparkles that are in it? It has this like sparkle in the fabric. You guys, it's so cute. So cute. So I'm going to start working on this again. I'm going to start working on, I have a Lori Holt, like an ornament one I'm going to work on. And then I'm going to show you some other one I'm going to pull out and start working on. So I'm all about, let's do Christmas, people. Let's get to it, right? Hold on, I gotta check. Yeah, okay. I just had to make sure. I wanted to make sure I hadn't lost my needle when I opened that, but I had put it inside my thread keeper. Which, look at this, you guys. Talk about a hot mess of a thread keeper. This is what it looks like when I'm stitching, right? Because the stitches were so small on this thing, I literally pulled like 6 different needles and I pre-threaded them in all the colors, because you tend to put in like 3 or 4 stitches or 10 stitches of just that one color. And then it's like, you want to change colors. And I was getting tired of, but you don't need to keep like, then what do you do? Sorry. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. I literally, had threaded up like 5 or 6 different needles with each of the different colors, because you're only using about 3 to 10 stitches of each color, and then you were changing colors, and I didn't want to be changing that often because you're using so few stitches. And so this was a great way to do it. So here's all my little orbs, my little trimming pieces. Here's my extra thread. Here's the thread coming down from all the needles. And then I store my scissors in here, because there's like several. There's a back pocket, and then there's a front pocket. And I've got my scissors in here. And I love these little, these are thread keepers. This particular one is by Starlight Stitching Company. She has on Instagram, and she releases new ones on the 1st and the 15th of every month, and they're amazing. So I highly recommend checking her out. So anyways, I am going to be pulling and starting to work on all the fun Christmas stuff, guys, because hello, it is the season, and we need to be, when I do that, I love to just watch Flosstubes or like Hallmark Christmas movies, or, for sure listen to Christmas music and do all the stitching. So those are my whips. So now, let me see. Okay, I'm going to show you a little bit of haul that I have, and then I'm going to share some pretty exciting stuff. I'm pretty excited. Okay, so first of all, I want to show you, I got this fabric, you guys, from JAQS Fabrics. Jackie's Fabric, I don't know. It says JAQS Fabrics. Let's see if we can get this to... I don't know why my camera will not focus. Anyways, this is, I got it on Etsy. It's JAQS Fabrics on Etsy, or jaqsfabrics.com. And what I got is I got stuff to commemorate the Queen. It's actually stuff from the Jubilee. So this is the Jubilee fabric, and it has little flags. It says Platinum Jubilee, has the teacups, has her insignia, Elizabeth II. I just love it. All the little cakes and biscuits. So fun. So there's this piece. And then there's a piece that has like gold crowns and stuff on it. And then I also got it in blue. But this time it has silver in it. And I got it this way so that I thought it would be really fun to make a project bag with this. And have the crowns inside. Whoops. The crowns inside with this on the outside. I thought that would be really fun. And maybe do like a thread keep out of this fabric, because they didn't have enough in this brown one to do a full project bag. So I'm either going to have my mother-in-law see if she'll make it for me, or possibly see if there's someone who loves to sew these, if they would make them, because I just think it'd be so fun. I love this fabric. Oh, and then I also got a little piece of fabric. Isn't that so fun? I thought I could make like a zipper pouch or another thread keep or something like that out of it. It's just it's like very British. I love it. It has her little carriage, little Queen's carriage, and it even has her in it. Is that her in it? It is. Look at that. Oh my gosh, you guys. She's in the carriage. How cute is that? So that was one thing I got in my haul. And then let me show you my haul. Since I have seen you guys. Okay, first of all, are you ready? I got this bag. Oh my gosh, I'm freaking out. I love it so much. This is from Pam's Needle and Threads. She's one of my favorite people who makes bags on Etsy. And look at this. This is the cross stitch pattern from Lori Holt. I'm pretty sure it's Lori Holt. Yeah, I'm 90% sure. It's Lori Holt's Christmas cross stitch fabric. And then she paired it with the Holly and the Ivy, which I just love. And did a red zipper. And then I picked up, she also had these in her shop. And so I picked up the zipper pulls, which I thought would be really fun to put the ornament one on this bag. I love having big zipper pulls on my bags. So isn't that fun, you guys? You can never have too many project bags in my book because, hello, we're always starting new projects. There's always new whips to be made. So that was that. Okay, so let me show you my haul. Okay. All right. First of all, I have to tell you, I got these I'm going to start kind of leaking some of my surprise. So back around my birthday, my daughter Dara asked me to teach her how to cross stitch. And hello, it's like a mom's dream come true when your adult daughter wants to learn. And I was like secretly praying. She's really crafty. And so I'd been kind of planting little hints and seeds and like, so I love cross stitch, you want to, things like that. But I wanted her to like want to do it because, it's not a hobby that you don't want people to do stuff if they don't want to do it. Anyway, she finally, it was like Easter, they were over, and she's like, Mom, teach me. And so I freaked out, taught her, got her all set up on it. She has gone hook, line, and sinker into cross stitching. You guys, she is stitching like a wild maniac. She has started her own Flosstube too. So I would love for you to go check out her Flosstube. It's called World on a String by Dara. Let me make sure I'm telling you exactly right. It is, yes, World on a String by Dara. That's her Flosstube name, and she is putting out Flosstubes every 2 weeks, and she is really good at it, you guys. Like, she's faithful, and she's sharing every week, so please go check her out and give her some support and love. You can even comment, tell her that I sent you over. We'll probably be guests in each other's Flosstube at some point or we might do a Flosstube together. We think that would be really fun. So they only live like half-hour away, so we get to see them quite a bit, which is wonderful. Anyways, super excited that we're stitching because it's so fun to be able to talk stitching now as well. And she does like a variety of stitching. She likes cute stuff. She does some really fun holiday samplers. She's really into beekeeping. So she has a beautiful bee pattern she's working on right now. She loves the designer Flossie Box. And so she's done some really cool, designs by her, patterns by her. And, she did a gaming themed one, and she did like a kitchen themed one, an apothecary one. Really cute stuff. And then she's also just dove headfirst. She's trying linen. She actually liked it. She's doing great with it. You guys, I'm like wholeheartedly Ada over here. So I totally admire her ability to do linen. And then she also is trying full coverage. So she's doing the most beautiful, gorgeous Lord of the Rings, a huge piece that's a full coverage. And she's just she's attacking that pattern like crazy, and she's doing amazing. So she's got a real variety, and I think you'll love her Flosstube. She's a lot of fun. So I share all that because I went over, she lives really close to Acorns and Threads, which is our local needlework shop. It's located in Beaverton, Oregon, and it is like 5 minutes from her house, right? And so they have started to do 2 times a month. They do these stitching nights, and from like 5 to 8 o'clock, I think. And so I went over and joined her for one of them, and it was we had so much fun. But what was really funny is I got over there, and we were both I was running late. It was mostly my fault because of traffic and all kinds of stuff. So I got over there, and I was supposed to be there at like 5:30, and it was like 6:15, I think, 6:30. So we didn't have a lot left to stitch, but we thought, I'm still going to go. It's still an hour and a half, 2 hours to hang out with her, stitch, meet all the ladies at say hi to Acorns and Threads, see Janine, maybe do some shopping, right? Janine's the owner of Acorns and Threads. Well, when we got there, the store the lights were off in the classroom area where they do the stitching night. And we thought, oh no, did we miss it? Did they change the date? What happened? Long story short, nobody came that night. Nobody came. Well, as we're walking outside, Janine popped her head out at the door of the store, and she said, hey, and we said, oh, we were here for the stitching night. You guys, Janine was the sweetest person on the planet. She opened the thing up. She still wanted us to come in and stitch. She said, I still want you guys to come in. Don't go. And because we were like, it's okay. It's just us two. If you need to go home. I mean, she'd been there all day. It was like, she was probably tired and ready to go home, but she opened it up for us. So we got to go in and like shop, just me and Dara personally with Janine. It was so much fun. And then she even came and sat with us in the stitchy room. And the 3 of us just stitched together for like an hour at the end. And we just talked and talked. We had the best time. You guys, if you haven't been to Acorns and Threads and you live locally, you need to go. Janine just has a heart of gold. She's the sweetest lady. And I can't recommend it enough. So I took a tiny little short video, just like a 30-minute, 1-minute clip of just a quick sweep of the store. And I have a picture of us with Janine, and I'm going to put those right here, right now. So here we are at Acorns and Threads. Hi, Janine.
Hi.
There's my beautiful daughter, Dara. What's your Flosstube? Just kidding.
Oh.
I'll post that in the description. Anyways, look at this amazing store that Janine has put together with her team. And look at those bags. Look at all those patterns and the floss walls. People, come to Acorns. It's amazing. See you later. So I wanted to share all that because when I went shopping at Acorns and Threads that night, I got some fun stuff. So I got Little House Needleworks Autumn Petites. This came out at Market right in August. Little House Needleworks Autumn Petites. And it was the fall with the pumpkin, the barn, and then the white pumpkin and the flowers, right? Love this one. So I got that one. And then Little House Needleworks had just come out with Thanksgiving Petites. And I love, oh my gosh, you guys. So it's Thanksgiving Petites by Little House Needleworks. Look at that. It has the little pumpkins, give thanks, has the little, and what does it say? 1621, welcome for Thanksgiving, blessing or blessed. And then it has a really pretty house with like, I think those are little blackbirds. And then they're like leaves that are falling in little pumpkins in the yard. You guys, so cute little stitches. I love those. And then I was freaking out because everywhere online was sold out of Heart in Hand Tiny Town Halloween. And I'm sure you guys have seen this one. So many people are stitching this up by Cecilia Turner, Heart in Hand. And she had it. Isn't that adorable? Oh my gosh. I can't even. The little ghosts. Oh, so cute. Look at that little owl. So cute. I just love it. And I mean, you can do it into a little drum. She has a whole line of these tiny towns. She also has one that's at spring. I don't have this one yet. I don't know why. I'm so sorry. My camera is being so weird. Anyways, but now I have the Halloween one, and then so excited about that one. Can't wait to start that one for next year. I'll do that sometime. And then, so that's what I got when I was at Acorns and Threads. And then later at another, I put in an order at 123 Stitch, which if you haven't ordered from 123 Stitch, it is dangerous, you guys. Woo, that store, you can get like anything you can imagine on there. Like that store has everything, which is wonderful and dangerous all at once. But from them, I got the Heart in Hand Tiny Town Christmas. Oh my gosh, you guys look. How cute is this? I love it so much. And she shows you on the back, here's the 4th of July Tiny Town. The patriotic Tiny Town. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry it won't. So I want to get that one. I want to get this one. I want to get the spring one. Love it so much. Get this. I don't even know if I can talk about it hardly without freaking out. But Cecilia actually came to Acorns and Threads. And I didn't know about it until it was already sold out. But she came for a day and she did a workshop, a day-long workshop. And she did an exclusive little, like, it's about this big, like a little mini town for the workshop. You guys, I just, like, part of me died inside when I found out and we didn't get to go. So for those of you who got to go to the Acorns and Threads with Cecilia with Heart in Hand. I'm so glad that you did, and I can't wait to see your pattern stitched up with the little exclusive pattern that she did at that day retreat. I'm hoping that she'll release that maybe in a year, because a lot of designers, after they've done a retreat, like a year later, they'll release patterns that they released exclusively at retreats or events. So I'm hoping she will, because it is adorable, you guys. So adorable. Okay. And then I got by Lizzie Kate. So 123 Stitch got all the rights because Lizzie Kate doesn't produce their patterns anymore. They're out of business. And so 123 Stitch got the rights to produce all of their patterns. And so if you like Lizzie Kate, it's a great place to pick up her patterns. So I got the Baby It's Cold Outside. It's actually, this is part of a stitch that does like 6, you can do 6 stitches in one of all these different snowmen. I don't know that I'm necessarily going to do this, but I just loved this little guy. I think it'd be really fun to do winter stitches with that one. And then I got a series called, this is her string series, okay? And I saw this actually on Just Keep Stitching with Pam and Steph. Stephanie has done the string series of stitches. And what it is it's an alphabet done in a theme for a time, for like a holiday season. So this is spring, the spring string. And notice it's got the bunny, the carrot. So it's like A, B for bunny, C for carrot, D, E, egg, F, G, H. I mean, it's like they carry it all the way through. Isn't that so cute? It's just these simple little alphabets. So that's the spring one. This is the summer one, and it's called Buzzy String. Isn't that cute? Has like the honeybee, the dragonfly, the flag, the ladybugs, the picnic, watermelon. Love that one. And then I got the Spooky String, which is fall. It's fall and Halloween. Spooky String. Has candy corn, bones, house, and again, more candy corn and candy and stuff. Isn't that so cute? I just love it. And then I got the Thankful String. Oh, they were having a sale on these, I'm pretty sure, which is why I was like, oh my word, I'm going to get the whole set. I've wanted them forever. And this one's a Thankful String. So this one's very fall, Thanksgiving, and I love anything that has like a really good turkey in it, because there's not very many like really great turkeys, but I love this one. Corn, acorns, fall, the leaves, the pies. I mean, OPQRST for turkey, UVWX, and then Y and Z. That's so cute. It's a Thankful String. And then I love this one. Oh, so cute. Merry String. So it has A, B, C, candy cane, D, E, F, G for gifts, H, I, J, K, L, M for mistletoe, N, O, P for poinsettia, Q, QR, and then S, stockings. Sorry, I'm like, wait, what? Stockings. S, T, U, V, W for wreath, X, Y, Z for sleeping. Is that so cute? Oh my gosh, they're so cute. And what's really fun is they make a really just cute long. They're perfect to put like over other pictures that you have on a wall or something. And then the last one I got is called the Snowy String, which, oh, this would be so fun to have out in January. The birds, the house, the mittens, the penguin, the snowflakes, the little cardinal. Isn't that cute? Snowy String. So, again, Lizzie and Kate, all of these super fun on 123 Stitch. And then I just have a couple more things to show. I got the, I'm a part of Fat Quarter Shop's, It's So Emma, or the Lori Holt Stitch Card Club. And basically once a quarter, when the stitch cards come out, they just then automatically send it to you. So this is the set M that came out this summer. So it's got the teapot. The strawberry is so pretty. I love the tea and then the little strawberry kind of quilt looking or biscorno looking thing. And I mean, look at how the stitch cards are so beautiful. And then on the back, you get 4 stitch cards, and on the back of the stitch card is the pattern for each one. And what's awesome is they're all, from all the different stitch card patterns, they're all exactly the same. They all measure the same amount of stitches, which I think it's like, oh, I should look. I think it's like 28 or 34 by 34. That's what it is. They're 34 by 34. It says right there. And so you can, like, let's say you wanted to do a picture, but maybe you're not into tea. And so you want to do the strawberries, but maybe you want to add the snail and the flower, or you want to add the gnome and the mushroom, or you want to mix up, you know, holidays, because they have holiday ones too. They make it so that you can mix and match these. No matter how you do it, they're all exactly the same size. You can switch the frames around because they're similar, like all, it's super fun how they've made them. So then this was the second one. This was set M as in Mary. This is set N as in Nancy. So this one's super cute. The gnome, the mushroom. I love the snail and the flower. Isn't that cool? So fun. And then, let's see. Then I also am a part of the Bird Crush Club, and I haven't been showing you guys this all the way through, because I've been getting them every month, but I'll just show you this one, most recent one that I just got. This is for November. Oops. Okay. So Bird Crush Club, and this is with the Lindy Stitches. And Stephanie is her name, who's the designer. Her company is called Lindy Stitches. And this month it is the Violet Green Swallow. So this is the picture taken by the actual bird photographer. His name is Chris. And then she has charted it into this pattern. And then she always includes the name of the bird. And I love birds. And then she's found this really cool circle frame designer on Etsy that you can get different colored circle frames if you want to frame your pieces. Or you can frame them yourself and other things. But anyways, isn't that pretty? And then inside's the pattern, and she does a fantastic job. And then along with it, she'll always send you, so here's Chris, the photographer, and then he writes information about the bird of the month, and he tells you a little more about him and what he learned. He always sends you more pictures. Look at that coloring in that bird. Isn't that beautiful? I mean, you can see it in here a little bit, but in this you see it even more. Isn't that gorgeous? I love it. And then it makes sense why when Lindy, I don't know if you can see really well, but she put a lot of color into the wings of the back part of the bird. It's really pretty. It's going to stitch up really nice. So you get this card with that. And then she always writes a little card and just says, hey. She actually got to meet Chris when he was in town. She was actually here in the Northwest, you guys. They did, she came out for what's called the Pacific Northwest Stitch Summit, which was like a stitching retreat that Acorns and Threads did for a weekend. And she was one of the designers that got to come. Dara and I didn't get to go to that either. That one was already sold out a long time ago. But it was fun to know she was here. And Chris and his wife came out for the retreat. So her and Chris got to actually meet in person, which was really fun. And so that's a picture of them eating out with while the retreat was going on. And so she always writes a little card and just tells us what she was thinking when she designed it this month. And then we get a skein of Threadworks, and this one's called Root Beer Float, I think. Yes, Root Beer Float, and it's actually gonna be the part of the roof right here. It's this variegated, really pretty, like a marbly variegated brown with all these different tones in it, and it's gonna be the top of the of the roof there. And then we also get 3 stickers that can go in our book of days or in our or however you like to use stickers, or your kids can have them. And they usually are just different images of the bird, just in different, flying on the branch, just more pictures. Isn't that cool? And they're really nice stickers that you can use. So that was my Bird Crush Club for this month. We only have one more. I think we're getting one more for the month of December, and then it'll be done for the year. And then I think she's going to start, I know she's talking about eventually making the patterns available like in PDF and stuff, maybe sometime next year, or I don't know. But watch her channel, Lindy Stitches. It's also on Instagram, and I'm sure she'll be talking about it. So that's my haul. And now I've got some things I want to share with you guys. Well, speaking of Lindy Stitches, I thought I'll talk about this. Are you guys going to the Jingle Ball? Hello. If you're a stitcher, you need to be going to this. This is put on by Stephanie with Lindy Stitches. I'm not being endorsed by her or anything to share this. I'm just sharing this because I love, and this is going to be a lot of fun. Dara and I are both going. This is online, so you do it from the comfort of your own home, in your jammies, with your mug of hot chocolate or coffee or tea. This is going to be a 2-day event online. It only costs $10 to get your ticket to go. And basically it's going to be like where for a virtual holiday stitch celebration hosted by 12 designers, December 2nd and the 3rd. And you go to www.thejingleball.net. www.thejingleball.net, and it has all the information. And so what's going to happen is starting Friday night on the 2nd, I think at like 4 or 5 o'clock, you can log in, and then they're gonna have all these like just little rolling thing of, I don't know, activities, places that you can look, things you can do, shop, chats you can be a part of. They're offering classes that you can pay extra to go to the classes. Each designer, each of the 12 designers is going to have like a little shop, like online shop. And you can actually go into their little hangout shop area and you can shop through all their stuff. Each designer is also releasing an exclusive pattern for the Jingle Ball. So there's going to be 12 brand new holiday type fun patterns, which, hello. So I've been saving my pennies so that I can get some of them. And those will, from what I understand, and all the details are on the website, but I think they're all going to be available in PDFs. I'm not sure if they're going to be available in the printout as well. But you guys, this is going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. So Dara and I will be on there. And I would love to have you guys join me to be on there as well. It would be fun. We could chat. We could hang out. I don't know exactly how they're going to work all of that, but I know it's going to be a lot of fun. It's not like a retreat. It's more like an event. And so, but it's going to be fun. A fun way to hang out together as stitchers. So check out Lindy Stitches. Also, you can go to the website, thejingleball.net. Okay? This is coming up right after Thanksgiving. Yay, so fun. Okay, let's see. What's all? I want to make sure I cover everything. Okay. I want to go back to Dara, right? So her and I went to Acorns and Threads. I shared with you how she started stitching. Are you ready for this? Dun, dun, dun. She has also started designing patterns. So she just listed, so Dara has a lot of artwork that she's drawn, and she used to take her artwork and she would have it printed onto like mugs and t-shirts and different things like that, and she would sell some of it that way. Well, she decided, we were talking, I was like, you should chart up some of your really cute stuff. And so she started working on it, and so she just finished one of her first patterns, and here it is, you guys. So it's called the Christmas Tree, and it's by WorldOnAStringByDara. It's got our Etsy and Instagram information. And this is a kawaii. So notice the little eyes and the smile. It's a really cutesy style of drawing, and this is the little Christmas tree. And it also, I'm going to have to insert a picture. I'll insert a picture here. She has updated this. This was one of the first time she posted the listing, and then she's updated it since, because she, this is actually really small. It's only about a little, like it fits inside a little 3 or 4 inch hoop. And she made it into an ornament to go on their tree. And she's got it inside of a red frame that she 3D printed, and she's going to hang it as an ornament on their tree. It's so cute, you guys. So if you love this, check out her Etsy shop. It's WorldOnAstringByDara. And her Instagram is WorldOnAstringByDara. And it'll have information there. Also, because it's my 1-year Flosstube anniversary, yay! It was actually back in September. I am going to be giving away 2 of these patterns. So, if you want to be entered to win one of these patterns, I'm going to give away 2 copies. I will email them to you. It'll be a PDF document that I can send to you over email. If you want to be entered for those, you need to be a subscriber. You need to be over 18. And please don't say anything like, giveaways, sales, or that kind of stuff in your comment. But leave a comment and use the word, just use the word Christmas tree. And maybe tell me, you don't have to, you can just put the word Christmas tree. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to use it in a sentence. Just add it somewhere in your comment and you'll be entered to win. And I'll draw 2 people to send this brand new pattern by Dara, which I'm so proud of her and I'm so excited. And I just wanted to share it. And we wanted to bless people with her new pattern. So, and you could celebrate I thought I'd give away 2 since I'm starting my 2nd year of Flosstube. So yay. Anyways, go check this out. I'm so proud of her. And then the second pattern, she just literally finished it today, you guys. And this one has the neatest story. I'm so excited about it. So she was at her husband Zach's grandparents' house having dinner with kind of the whole extended family. And she noticed this cross-stitch piece on the wall. And she was like, oh my word, that's cross-stitch. And she's been there a bunch before, but she wasn't into cross-stitching. So I think that's why she didn't notice it. But this time she noticed it. Well, she ended up talking to Zach's grandma about it and wanted to know the story. And come to find out, it is stitched by her husband's 2nd great-grandmother, whose name was Ella Earhart. And Ella's parents actually came across on the Oregon Trail. And there's this whole story that goes along with it. And, but Ella stitched this piece. And so it looks like this. It's called A Noble Work. And this is an actual picture of the piece that's hanging in Zach's grandma's house. And it says, in heaven, let's see. In heaven, a noble work was done when God gave man a mother. Isn't that cute? Sweet. And this was stitched by a 7-year-old, by little Ella. Is that her name? I just read it to you on my word. I should know. Yes, Ella. And it was stitched sometime right around 1873 to 1875. There's a few different sources that kind of give her age, being her birth date being a little bit varied, but right around 1873 to 1875 is when this was actually stitched. And Zach's grandma has this hanging in her house. So Dara asked if she looked all over the internet and couldn't find this pattern. She did find a couple of variations to it, or people selling a variation of this pattern, but she decided to stitch this version and to rechart it. And she decided to do a reproduction sampler out of it. And so it's amazing. It's wonderful because in the chart, she did a really good job, guys. She includes a page of history about the chart, the family, the the picture hanging in Grandma's and the information on the back of the picture, and she shares the story. It's a fantastic pattern. It too is also available on her website, her Etsy shop called WorldOnAstringByDara. And again, this is a noble work. I'm so proud of her, you guys. Isn't that amazing? She went from just learning how to stitch in April and all the way to now she's wildly stitching, has a floss tube, and is now designed 2 patterns. I'm so proud of her. It's amazing. So go check her out and be sure and leave a comment if you want to be entered to get one of the 2 patterns of the Christmas tree from Dara. Well, I'll send it to you, but you know, they're designed by her. So, and also she's also started printing and making 3D needle minders, which when you go to her Etsy shop, you'll see them. And I forgot to grab them. You guys, I'm so terrible mom. I'm like, where are they? Anyways, I will, well, hold on. Okay. Actually, here's an example. She's starting to do these little 3D needle minders where she's printing these out and then she paints and fills them in. So each one is like hand done. And she has some in there right now that are holiday. She has like Christmas light bulbs and they're done with this beautiful paint that has glitter in it. And she uses the really good, the thin magnetic, I don't know what they're called, but they're the good magnets. And she's also offering these needle minders as well. So her Etsy shop has kind of a variety of the patterns and these 3D printed needle minders. So check those out. Okay, I want to share about one kind of couple last things. So you know how I love the Queen and I follow the royal family and how all of that was just important to me. And I have some of my followers are from England and Ireland and the UK, and it's been super fun. And I've gotten to know one in particular. Her name is Christine. Hi, Christine. And her and I have chatted a few times and we keep in touch. Anyway, she has sent me, you guys, the sweetest thing. I showed you last time the 3D chart that she sent me in for the Jubilee. Well, she sent me a package in the mail and I wanted to share a few things that she has sent me. So she sent me a commemorative coin from the Platinum Jubilee and it's Queen Elizabeth and it has her, it has like her name, Regina. It has like all of her stuff around the outside. It's so pretty. And then on the back, it has her coronation picture and then her current picture from now. I don't know if you can see that very well. And then down below it has her her crest. It's really a cool commemorative coin. It's in this little plastic protective thing. So she sent me that. And then she also sent me this Princess Diana. Isn't this cool? I love Princess Diana. I used to follow her a lot before she passed away. And this is the Royal Mail mint stamps that were made from when Princess Diana from 1961 to 1997. This actually shows her all the way from when she was a child, all the way up until right before she passed away. And inside, it has this series of, it has a whole bunch more information about her life, her story, and then it has this these commemorative stamps. Isn't that so neat? Sorry for all the glare. I just thought that was really cool. So thank you so much, Christine. She's so sweet and thoughtful. And then, of course, she sent me a couple flosses. One for me, one for Dara. And then after the Queen died, you guys, I got the most amazing package in the mail from Christina. I about fell over. So she sent me, well, for one, this is like the this is like a little pamphlet that was at her church service the weekend after the Queen died. And it was kind of like their call to prayer, their responses, their reposes, the scripture that they read, the canticle, and then the prayer for the royal family and the prayer for the new king. And so she picked up an extra one for me so that I could have it, just because it was historical. And it was prepared by the Catholic Bishops' Conference of England and Wales. And this is what they used in all the churches. And I just thought this was really just kind of a neat piece of history that I'm going to use. I'm going to keep this with all of my commemorative stuff. Isn't that neat? And then she found some vintage postcards. This is Queen Elizabeth when she was the Queen's Silver Jubilee. So 1952 to 72 would have been 20. This was her 25th year Jubilee. Isn't that pretty? And then this is Prince Philip, her husband. And this was the Duke of Edinburgh. That's all it says. Let's see. Wearing the sash and the star of the Order of the Garter, the Duke is also Privy Councillor and a Knight in the Order of the Thistle. And it doesn't say when this was published, but aren't these neat? I just love the history. I love the vintage. They're actual postcards. So she sent me those, which is amazing. I'm going to put this with all of my memorabilia. And then, you guys, this is amazing. She also sent me, and she said, these are a couple copies of the newspapers that we have. The one is the day after the Queen's death, and the other is the day after her funeral. So let's see. So this is the one. This is the Daily Mail, and she sent me this whole huge newspaper, you guys. It's huge. And it was the historic special edition. This is from Friday, September 9th. So right after the Queen died. And it literally has just page after page of just, pictures of the royal family, like her story. Look at this. Things about the Queen. Oh, I love this picture of her laughing. Older pictures. I've been slowly working my way through. Oh, this is such a neat picture of her and Prince Philip. It's literally the most amazing piece of history, I feel like. And so I've been slowly working my way through reading all the stories, the pictures, everything. Just really enjoying. It's been so wonderful. And then this one is from the day after her funeral. So they featured all the celebrations, all the commemorative, not the celebrations, that sounds terrible, all of the commemorative stuff leading up to her funeral, and then the whole process of her funeral, burial, the services, and all that stuff. And then, oh, this picture on the back of her corgis, missing her. So sweet. So it's just, again, full of, like, her greatest moments. Just the carrying, when they carried her casket, carried it into Westminster Abbey. Just, again, all the stuff from the week of her funeral. And so all of that stuff. So again, it's what they call the tribute edition by the Daily Mirror. And it's so fun. So I'm working my way through this. So Christine, I cannot thank you enough. Like, it is, I just feel like you sent me a piece of history, and it means so much to me. And I'm going to keep it with all of my other English commemorative stuff that you've sent me, and I'm enjoying it so much. It means the world to me. So thank you. So I just, even though this isn't technically cross stitch haul, it's Dana loving stuff. I love all the stuff with the queen, so it meant so much to me. So thank you, Christine. I really, really appreciate it. Okay. All right. Lastly, I wanted to show one last thing. So I'm all done with stitching stuff. I'm just really quick going to show you a couple things I've been crocheting on. So if you're done with and you don't want to watch for crochet stuff, then I'll see you next time. And I will be sharing all the Christmas stuff next time, you guys. And so I have been working on, so I have this little booklet called Mary Maxim, and it's called Kitchen Favorites. You see this little floral hot pad thing? At first I was like, oh, that's okay. But then I saw it stitched up and I was like, that's pretty cute. But then I actually made one and used it. You guys, it's incredible. It like holds your pots perfectly at the right distance on the, not too low, not too high off the counter if they're hot. It doesn't get worn out fast. It like stays pretty firm and it's amazing. Anyways, so I bought the little booklet. Our little local craft store had it online, had it, and it was like $4 or $5, not very much. And it comes with all these different patterns, like to make all these different things. But my favorite, you can tell the book is literally locked and worn open into the pattern of, it's called the Chrysanthemum Hot Pad. And I love to make these and have them in different color groups for, I make them for friends when they get a new house, or we have them in almost all these different holiday, like we have them in fall colors and spring colors and summer and all this stuff. And so they're perfect when you just want to need to put something on the table, or use it as a like a hot pad to protect your table or your counter or whatever while a dish is cooling or sitting on it. So anyways, I just started a Christmas one. And so if you'll notice in the pattern, the base of it is done in variegated, and then the round parts are done in solid. The floral parts that stick up. So I'm going to do the base in this variegated. It is, what is it? It's by Lily Sugar and Cream, and it is the mistletoe is the pattern, is the fabric or the yarn. My goodness, I'm talking cross stitch. And so I'm doing the rounds, and it's an interesting pattern because you only stitch in the back stitch only, and you leave this little line going all the way around on your circles, because that's where you go through and you attach the upper part that's going to become the floral raised bumpy stuff, right? So I'm going to do the floral raised stuff is going to be either in solid red or solid green, probably in the red, because it'll look for Christmas. It'll be good. So it'll be the variegated underneath with the red kind of, what's it called? Scalloped. It looks scalloped floral that makes it kind of stand up a little bit. So I started that. I also wanted to show you guys that I made a series of coasters. So I made them. This is a brown, a gold, a red, kind of an auburn, a burnt red, and then a green. And it's a simple coaster pattern that's just rounds, and then you do this kind of cool edge, and then you just go around and you add a decorative color. You could do these all the same. I just thought for fall, it would look cool to do like a fall series of colors. So I did a fall series of colors of 4 of these. So I thought that was fun. Those are coasters. And then I also did them, I was just trying different things out. I did them in Christmas to see what they would look like for little coasters, to see if I like them in the solid darker. And they're pretty cute. They're okay. I'm not sure. I don't know. What do you guys think? Because you could do them reverse. You could do them in the white or the cream and then do the green or the red on them. But I wanted to try them in the reverse, where you do the color on the bottom with the white. So that's what I did here. And these would be fun. I could do some more of these. You could also do them like green with red or red with green. You could do all kinds of stuff. So it's just a really fun, simple little pattern. And so that's what I did with those. And then I have also been working on one of Zach's sisters had a baby. You guys, he's turning a year old this month. And I started this. So two of his sisters had babies within 2 weeks of each other. And I didn't get started on blankets for them until literally probably like a few weeks before they were both due last year at this time. So I got, one of them had a girl and one of them had a boy. And I got the little girls done. The one who was born first, I worked on her blanket first. And I finished her blanket like the end of spring, I think, right in the beginning of summer. And then I started this one, and then I've stopped. And anyways, and Dara picked out this one because these are the colors that her sister-in-law loves. So it is a variegated ball of yarn called Karen Baby Cakes by Yarnspirations. They actually don't make this anymore in this colorway. It is the Sunny Day. This is my very last skein. I'm almost done with it. And I've made this. It's done in the, this is called the Granny Square Stitch. And it naturally variegates into these colors. And then I am right now currently working on the edging. And I'm doing the edging in, it's called the moss stitch. So it's literally a single crochet slip, or single crochet chain one, single crochet chain one, single crochet chain one. And it gives you this really fun little stitch that looks like that all the way around. And then what's cool is I'm just going to go all the way around until the ball runs out. So I'm going to get this natural variegated. I think it'll end, it's in the white right now, and then it's going to go to yellow, and then it'll end again in the blue. So it'll make a really nice edging on the blanket all the way around. See? Isn't that cool? So it's a pretty decent size for a baby. And so the baby will be a year old, but you know how toddlers and babies carry blankets around, or they, nap with blankets? I figure it'll still get some good use, and it's a decent size. So hopefully he's able to still enjoy it. I think they will be, but I'm almost done. I've just got a few more rows to go around to do the border, and this blanket will be done. Yay. So I've been crocheting on that. So that is what I have been busy with. Thank you guys for joining me. I've loved having you. I love being able to share all my Flosstube, or all my cross-stitching stuff and my cross-stitching adventures. And is that everything? I think that's everything. Yeah, it's everything. So hopefully you enjoyed this, and I hope you're up to some good stitching, and I will hopefully come on here again soon. My goal is always to come back soon, and hopefully this time I will be able to. So thanks you guys for joining. I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Oh, and don't forget, sign up for the Jingle Ball so you can be a part. It'll be fun. All right. Happy stitching. Bye.